Hey, welcome back, guys. This is Art Spokes talking to you another week about art. What is art? What is art? What is art? Well, that's like asking, how are rainbows made? You know, we haven't a clue. Oh, wait a minute. We actually do. There's some very specific reasons why light's refraction with water moisture actually creates the rainbows. Y'all could Google that. Hey, maybe there's some actual ways we could think about how we use language to talk about art. Art, like beauty, like truth, and life itself, is larger than any single definition. For our purposes in this channel, a work of art is going to be called the visual expression of an idea. And let's get into those basic terms right now as we take a ride. Artist Georgia O'Keeffe said, "I found that I could say things with colors and shapes that I couldn't say in any other way because I had no words for them." No words. What are words for when no one listens anymore? Words for. Visual experience is essential. Words used to describe that experience are simply a means to discussing the nature of our perceptions. Words can help us analyze and therefore better understand infinite ways in which artists construct visual forms. But understand, we are using words for a visual expression. And there's going to be a lost in translation problem invariably because you got two different things operating. Since words and images are two different languages, talking about visual art with words is always going to be an act of translation. Representational art. It's also known as objective art, also known as figurative art. Representational art depicts the appearance of things. It represents objects that we reorganize from the everyday world. The key to remember is that although representational art is taken from the world around us, it doesn't necessarily have to be exact to the world around us. Number two, to abstract means to extract the essence of an object or idea. So, there could be works of art in the abstract category that have no reference at all to the natural world, or works that are oversimplifying or altering the natural world in a much more basic way. This process of abstraction is the breaking down of forms into its elemental shapes. For example, take a look at this. Now, if we were to just see this without knowing any background information, we would go, well, these are just a bunch of colored squares and rectangles. But we know what Duesberg was up to because we see his studies, and we see that this was actually a cow that he was oversimplifying the shapes to create this painting. And that's the difference. Abstract simply means to oversimplify the basic shapes. 3. Non-representational or non-objective or non-figurative art. These are works that present visual forms with no specific references to anything other than what they are. What the hell does that mean? Well, what it means is works in this category are making no reference to the external world at all. For example, this piece by Frank Stella, it's just coming out of his imagination. And in this case, clearly his imagination is just a big mess right now. 4. Form and content. Form is about what we see, and content is about interpreting the meaning of what we see. Form and content are working together. For example, take a look at these two sculptures. They're both depicting two people embraced in a kiss. The sweat of their bodies covers them. Can you, my darling, can you... Okay, back to the work. So the one on the left is a representational depiction of two people kissing. You could literally see it. You could even see the man's right arm pressing the flesh of the woman's hip, although this is carved in stone. The one on the right, same thing. I got two people kissing, but in this case it's abstracted, and the artist is trying to symbolically convey the notion of everlasting love, right? Where the love will last to eternity and back. So one is conveying the literal notion of kissing and embracing, and the one on the right is conveying the metaphorical notion of kiss, embrace, love. And the question to ask yourself is not necessarily, which is right, which is wrong, but ask yourself, which one are you responding to? And why? That'll help you kind of figure out your own sensibility and your own tastes. Lastly, guys, what I want to talk about is we have to train our eye to be sensitive and responsive to the forms that we see and the relationships of these forms in a work of art. You cannot be simply a passive viewer if you are wanting to enjoy the multiple levels of what art can bring into your life. It requires some intellectual engagement on your part. It simply does. There's no other way around it. You can't be lazy about it. Let's use not only our eyes when we're looking at art, let's use our mind too. It's an incredible experience. Alright guys, thank you for coming by and checking out this channel again. I really appreciate it. Next week, we're going to look at an artist named Ronnie Horn, who's showing at the Nasher Museum in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, big D, little d. So come along, it should be interesting. She is using glass as her primary material in her work. So join me next week as we look at Ronnie Horn. Guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this channel. I hope you're enjoying it. This is a learning process for both you and I. And if you like this channel, please hit like and subscribe. All right, take care, guys. Peace and love to you. And keep on keeping on.